Hello everyone and welcome back to Rich Life. Today I've got a video for you about habits and more specifically about habit stacking, which is a technique you can use to try and stick to your new habits. But before we get on to habit stacking, let's quickly go over what happens when we try and perform a new habit. When we try and perform a new habit, our brain needs to create new connections between the cue for the habit and the associated behaviour. These connections are called neural pathways. Now in the beginning, when you've not performed the habit frequently or you've done a low repetition of the habit, these neural pathways are weak and let's say not very well trodden. Therefore, at this point, you are susceptible to breaking the habit and not sticking to it. However, with greater frequency and high repetition of the habit, those pathways get stronger and stronger. And when they become strong enough, that habit becomes what we would call an automatic habit or an unconscious habit. A simple example of an unconscious or automatic habit would be like getting up and getting in the shower, or getting up and brushing your teeth. It's not something that you think about or question yourself about whether you're going to do it. You've done it so many times, those neural pathways are so well trodden that it becomes completely automatic and you do not even think about it. And this is what everyone is trying to achieve when they start to form a new habit. Everyone wants their new habit to become completely automatic, unconscious, so we don't have to think about it all the time and we don't forget about it. It just becomes part of our life. Now that we know how habits are formed, we can move on to habit stacking. Habit stacking allows us to stack our new habit on top of a well-defined existing habit. And what this will do for us is it will mean that we don't need to form our neural pathways from scratch for our new habit. We'll piggyback on the embedded, well-defined neural pathways of our existing unconscious habit. In doing this, we should find that the new habit is much easier to stick to and should become ingrained in a much shorter period of time, assuming that the repetitions and the frequency are high. So as an example, let's say we want to do 10 press-ups every day. So we're going to pick a habit that we do every single day without thinking about. So we're going to say brushing our teeth. So our new habit is every morning after I brush my teeth, I will immediately do 10 press-ups. So brushing our teeth becomes the cue for our new habit of 10 press-ups. And because our neural pathways for brushing our teeth are so embedded and so well trodden, that becomes linked to our new habit, which makes us much less likely to forget to do it and makes the habit much more likely to stick and become unconscious. When habit stacking, it's important to match your new habit to an existing habit of a similar size and frequency. So our example of 10 press-ups and brushing your teeth means that they're of a similar duration and it's not going to have a major impact on your normal morning routine. Another example for habit stacking might be that you want to start reading a little bit more. So maybe you would decide to read 3 pages of your book or your Kindle every morning while you drink your morning cup of tea or coffee. So this would work because it's nice and high frequency, let's say every day, and it would be a similar duration, so reading a few pages and drinking your cup of tea or coffee, and you already have that time in your morning routine, so it's not been affected at all. And although it might sound like a small change, over a year, 365 days, that's quite a lot of pages, might be a few books, and the more that you do your habit, it might well mean that you read more pages each morning, and that habit gets bigger and bigger and becomes a more integral part of your life. So there's just a couple of examples about habit stacking. There are many, many, many more examples in which you can fit it into your life. Have a little think about your existing habits that are already ingrained in your life. Have a think about some new habits that you want to ingrain. Match them up in frequency and size, and give habit stacking a go. If you're interested in more about habits, I thoroughly recommend Atomic Habits from James Clear, which is where I first heard about habit stacking. And he's got lots more information in there. So definitely check that out. And that's it from me. Have a great day and get it done.